Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today's MTG box analysis will focus on the opening of an Unfinity draft booster box that took place on January 26, 2024. At the end of this video, you'll also see a comparison of 4 draft boxes opened on the channel. Let's kick things off by reviewing the contents of the box. Using this chart, we can see the set shaded in gray, the foils we observed in orange, and the non-foils in green. In the non-foil space, we saw between 65 and 69 cards for each of the colors of Magic, along with 7 showcase cards and 2 borderless shocklands. In the foil space, we saw a total of 11 cards, 9 of which were standard frame, 1 was a showcase, and 1 was our box topper, a borderless shockland. Moving in the coverage of the set, in the non-foil space, we saw 192 unique cards from the 251 cards in the main set, giving us 76% coverage. Our highest coverage among the colors of Magic was in green with 97%. In the foil space, we saw 11 unique cards, including our box topper, which gave us 4% coverage of the main set. Again, our highest coverage among the colors of Magic was in green with 6% coverage. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, in today's box we saw 80% of the commons and 73% of the uncommons that we were eligible to see in non-foil. We also picked up 42 of the 90 rares for 47% coverage and 6 non-foil mythics for 23% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 4% of the commons and 3% of the uncommons, as well as 3 foil rares for 3% coverage and a single foil mythic for 4% coverage. From a duplication standpoint, this box contained 137 cards repeated 235 times for a box duplication rate of 43%. This box also contained playsets of 10 cards. Before we get into the value of today's draft booster box, let's take a look at the current value of the set. This chart displays all 434 cards that you can pull from a draft pack using non-foil market prices as of January 24th, 2024. Currently, the set features 11 cards valued over $10 with the Saw in Half valued at $10.46 and the 10 borderless shocklands valued between $18 and $29. The set currently contains 1 card valued between $5 and $10, which is Comet the Stellar Pup. There's also 13 cards in the $1 to $5 range, with 6 of those being basic lands, but the other 409 cards in the set are valued under $1. Now, the 241 main set cards have a current market value of $56.37. The 135 attractions are valued at $19.43 combined, and a full set of the 48 stickers is valued at $19.24. The 10 shocklands hold the most value with $246.38 in combined value, which brings the 434 card set up to $341.42 in total market value. Now let's begin to recap the actual observed value that we saw in today's box, starting off with a look at the non-foils. In today's box, we saw 2 cards valued over $10, we saw the Overgrown Tomb valued at $19.80, and the Watery Grave valued at $29. We didn't see Comet in the $5 to $10 range, but we did pick up 20 cards valued between $1 and $5, including 14 basic lands. The remaining 506 non-foils in the box are currently valued under $1. In the foil space, our box topper, the Sacred Foundry, was the star of the show, valued at $26.85. The only other foil of note was the Blank Goblin, valued at $2.02. So how did this box perform? Well, the market price for this box as of January 24th is $72.27. The Unfinity Draft Booster Box contains 36 packs, each with 15 cards, allowing you to see 540 cards plus tokens and a box topper. Now, the 36 stickers and 36 tokens that we saw have a current market value of $19.97. The 468 cards that we saw from the Unfinity set are valued at $32.70. The 26 on-planet and 8 planetary basic lands have a combined value of $41.96, and the 2 non-foil shocklands that we pulled are valued at $48.80, and our box topper was valued at $26.85. Add it all up, and the grand total for this box comes up to be $170.28 in card market value, which is a gain of $98.01 over the market price for the box, and means that this box returned 236% of the market price in card value. Now, for those of you interested in cards valued just over $2, the numbers look like this. In total, we saw 10 cards valued over $2 in this box, and they have a current combined value of $94.78, which means that those 10 cards represent 56% of the total box value, but 131% of the market price of the box. Pulling two non-foil shock lands and a decent assortment of planetary basic lands in the 36 packs is the key to a successful Unfinity box. Before we close out the video, let's compare the 4 draft booster boxes opened thus far on the channel. Here's a recap of what we've seen in the boxes. There's really only a little bit of variation here. The more attractions you see means the less main set cards, and the more non-foil shock lands that you see impacts the total number of basic lands that you see. Now, the number of on-planet versus outer space basic lands will vary by box, but the ratio is generally 3 to 1. From a value perspective, here's how the 4 boxes look using market prices as of January 24th, 2024. As you can see, despite the card distribution being very close, the value ranges are all over. For example, today's box had the lowest value for the main set cards of all of the boxes, and by quite a large margin. This is because today's box was the only one that did not feature a Saw in Half, the $10 main set card. Overall, the boxes have produced between $165 and $180 in total card market value, but keep in mind that this includes all of the 1-cent cards that aren't worth your time to list and ship. But considering the market price for these boxes is around $72, these boxes are pretty good value right now, if for nothing more than those basic lands and the shock lands. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, do something amazing. Get early access to videos, download the analysis for every box open on the channel, and personally DM me, just like these fine people, all by becoming a member of the channel through YouTube or over at mtgboxanalysis.com. You'll find links in the description. Until next time, do something amazing.